What's up, early gang? Sorta early gang. 1 minute early gang. All the early that we're gonna get today, gang. What's good, folks? Congratulations to Stain with first place. Let's see if we can get this going. Oh, no. Voice mod's like, nah. Voice mod's like, nah. Voice mod has not been having it today. All right, well, you'll get told congratulations. Nope, none. Oh, there we go. Okay, here we go. You'll get told congratulations as an astronaut here.
Appears that stained glass appears to have been our first here. Over. Congratulations to stained glass for getting the first by step. Bigger. Over.
Wonderful. Welcome in. I'm gonna go drop in Discord real quick. Let people know that we are live. Let's make the Game Awards picks together. We are live at chat. Nice. Oh boy. I need a mood booster. We need some kind of mood boosting something. I need some kind of endorphin rush. Some kind of positive mood boosting thing going on. Just got some hard news from our United Methodist system. And it's very frustrating. Saying it appears you're the only one there, so you may have already heard, but Western North Carolina is being sued by 38 disaffiliate churches, wanting to disaffiliate churches, who are not happy with 2253. And that's just making me grumpy. That's just got me all up in a tizzy, so I'm going to try my best not to talk about that today any more than I need to. But yeah. Not a great twist to my day. I have spent the whole morning working on mail, so I'm excited to tell everyone that all of the mail is together. All the mail is together. However, I had to go and purchase the proper envelopes. So I've gone and I've purchased the proper envelopes. So we have things together, envelopes. They need to actually be packed. But that should be done tomorrow afternoon, and they will be put in the mail system, the USPS mail system, tomorrow afternoon. What's up, Weesh? Hadn't heard, but I have thoughts, Stained. Yeah, I have a lot of thoughts as well. I have quite a few thoughts. I don't know. They're probably best kept to myself. But it makes me a real grumpy Gus. Bishop Ken Carter's thoughts summed it up pretty well with what was he used a Wesley quote. Let's see if I can find it. The important part is may we not love alike, but I'm trying to remember what the first part is. Yeah, though we cannot think alike, may we not love alike. And that does it for me. Yeah. Pog you. Pagman. What's up, Weesh? There you go. There's your Wesley quote of the day. That's the encouragement that I have to offer today. And we're going to talk about video games. We're going to talk about video games for the rest of it and not dwell too much on the United Methodist kerfuffle. 20-month anniversary. Wow, dude. What's up, Dreamy Kiwi? How we doing? Welcome in. Love the CPC love. The delegates from those kind of churches are the reason there even is that paragraph anyway. It was all good when they thought progressives were going to get hammered. Yeah. It's a mess, man. It's a mess. Well, Bleesh, if it is your 20-month subiversary, let's spin that wheel. I trust you. I believe you. So clockwise, counterclockwise, and on a scale of whatever scale you want to go. Dreamy Kiwi, how are we doing? How's your Tuesday treating you? You excited to vote for some Vigi games? All right, clockwise, and how hard? Launch it. That's what everybody said yesterday too. I think you guys just like hearing the noise. this thing's gonna break one day. All right. Well, Buish, you actually already have this power. Oh no, you don't. Oh no, you don't. Do you already have this one? Are you? You can't be because you're a mod, right? You got a free IP, VIP. But I think you already are. Surely you already are a VIP, aren't you? Uh-oh. Are you a free IP? You ain't VIP? Well, welcome. Welcome. I'll add you right now. I can't believe you're not. That's really funny. Well, now you are. That's right. Oh, I can't add you because you're a moderator. No! It won't let me. It won't let me click it. Oh, that's such a bummer. Twitch, dude, why? For what reason would you say no to that? Let Buish have the Vanity VIP. Come on. Why not? For what reason? For what reason? Some of us had to earn it. Well, look, free IP is free IP. Doing fine. Got to get to studying, though. How about you? I'm doing okay. I'm doing okay. That's kind of what I was talking about whenever I think you hopped in, is that I'm a little grumpy about stuff that's going on in the bureaucracy of my employment currently. But I'm doing okay. I'm feeling much better than yesterday, by the way. For those of you that were able to hop on stream yesterday, my blood pressure was through the roof, and I could not get it to come down. It is down today. It's down today. We're doing good. We Gucci, man. Yeah, Buish, we're Gucci. I'm Gucci with the... I'm Gucci. I'm Gucci. I'm good, okay? I'm in the clear. I have no issue. It's my issue is with the people that have an issue. Yeah, I was telling Stain, so the Western North Carolina Conference is being sued by 38 disaffiliating churches. And yeah. Frustrado. Muy frustrado. Yeah. But that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about video games. We're talking about video games. We're talking about video games because this is a fun, goofy, fun time. And this is where we have fun, goofy, fun. Of course. I need a haircut bad. Look at this. Do you see this? Can you? I don't know if you can see in the... Yeah, there we go. That's a good... Give you better background there. See that hair that's like... I look like anime pro tag. Have you had enough water today? Look, I'm doing okay. I'm doing all right. I'm behind, but I'm not that far behind. I'm at 11. I'm at 11 a.m. That's pretty good. Meh. Look at this. Look at this rad tiger. Have you guys ever seen such a cool tiger? And I don't know why it does this, but you know how it has like a finish on it, right? It has like this like... I'm gonna say like they messed up with the blur. They blurred it on Photoshop, but with that sticker in particular, with the surrounding that it has, it makes it fully transparent, and I just think that's neat. But yeah, got all my stickers on here. By all means, all my You Matter stickers should be coming to a lot of you soon. My Frostbite shiny sticker, LTN sticker up there. Got our Mileage Mania sticker, the tiger, classic check, and then meh. I'm scared. Not me. Not scared. Feeling good. Happy to be here. We're going to talk about video games. We voting? Yes. So what we're going to be doing today is we're going to watch some Crossfire news because that's going to be our Tuesday thing now rather than our Monday thing. Even though it goes live on Monday. We'll see. Am I going to be all by myself in Tennessee again for the Game Awards? Is that right? You Matter when he gets around to sending the mail. That's right. And it's tomorrow. Tomorrow is when I get around to it. We're going to be voting for our games. We have 5 entrants so far. So, oh, you had mandatory fun last year. Bummer. Well, hopefully this year will be a better year for you, and your mandatory fun will be brief and hopefully fun. Hopefully actually fun. Let's see. I'm gonna get the link real quick. I should already have it, but JIC. I'm gonna go ahead and drop the Game Awards link. Boink. We've had 5 entrants so far, but we would love for you to enter as well. If you enter and you vote for what games you think are going to win the Game Awards, not the ones that you want to win. What games do you think will win? Click that link, fill it out. You can fill it out with us because I'm going to be doing it after we watch Crossfire News. Crossfire News is our buddies Crossfire Faith Plus Gaming. They are a fellow Methodist streaming duo of Dave and Russ. And they are putting out a Monday news recently. And so we've been watching it on Mondays, but I think we're going to move it to Tuesdays because Tuesdays is a little bit more of the variety, whereas Mondays is a little bit more true to Pokemon. But we'll figure it out. But for now, we're gonna move it to Tuesdays. And so that's what we're going to be doing first. We're going to watch Crossfire News. We're going to fill out our Game Awards picks. We're actually going to vote on the Game Awards website because that opened yesterday. And then we're going to move on to our game. Which is Games for Impact is what we're playing right now. We have 2 games for Impact left. We've already played one. I was a teenage ex-colonist, which was very fun. I actually really want to play it again, but then Sonic came out and Pokemon came out, and I don't have time anymore. By the way, I completed my decks today. I have a shiny charm officially. The shiny hunting has begun. So go me, congratulations. I love Pokemons. I enjoy it so much. Yeah, I think that's it. Brag, Humbleberg. It's me, the Humbleberg boy. Chuck, I have packed your stickers. They are officially packed. They will be going in the mail tomorrow. I'm on Buish's water time here. Now, here's the thing about this water, okay? Here's the thing about this water, right? It starts at 8 a.m. My morning starts at 5 a.m. But until 9 a.m., I'm drinking coffee. I'm drinking coffee for 4 hours, okay? And so I don't even think about water until 9 a.m. So I'm an hour behind where it even starts, right? So technically we're 2 hours behind on time, but you know, we're here. And plus I was up and about all day today, getting the mail together. It works. Now I should say I don't drink constantly for those 4 hours, but I do indeed drink for 4 hours of coffee a day. I wake up and I get out of bed, chug a liter of water. No way. Not me. Not me. I think you're supposed to do the big chug the night before, right? Aren't you supposed to have like a good 16 ounces before you go to sleep? Dehydrates you? I love being dehydrated. I need it. It dries out my skin. It's what creates this. This wouldn't happen if I drank more water. You know, I'd have to go back on Accutane. Did anybody do Accutane? Or no, what was it called? It wasn't Accutane. What did I do? It was a prescription acne treatment, and now they've no longer, no, not Clean and Clear. This was the one that you had to order from the infomercials, and they've stopped selling it because it caused depression. You guys know what I'm talking about? Oh, what was it called? Proactive, dude. Yes. I was on Proactive. I did that mess. It was terrible. I hated it so much. But my acne was so bad in high school that I did Proactive, and now I don't even think they'll sell it. I don't know. It's here on Amazon, so maybe I'm wrong. I thought that was the one that got in trouble. Maybe it was Accutane. Is Accutane even an acne, or am I thinking of something else? Yeah, Accutane is one. Isotretinoin. Hilarious, dude. Oh, high school. Middle school and high school, man. I'd go back, but I also would never go back, right? I used to sell Proactive. Oh, no way, Stained. You might have sold me my Proactive, dude. Do you remember a woman named Sharon calling you in about 2006? Do you remember a Sharon from 2006 in the North Carolina area? Because that was my mother. And yeah. I do about 120 ounces of water a day, gave up soda and caffeine. How much do you think this is? I don't even know. How many is 120 ounces? How many ounces in a gallon? I can do this. Hang on. 8 ounces in a cup, right? 8 ounces in a cup. 4 cups in a quart. So that's 48. 4 quarts in a gallon. 48 times 4. It's 120, 8 times 4, 32, 172 ounces. Is that right? Is a gallon 172 ounces? So if I do this, I'll be drinking more water than Chuck. About 8 bottles of water a day. Need to do the jug. Need to do the jug. The jug, dude. It's hardly noticeable. No one ever sees me carrying this around and says anything about it. Oh no, was my math wrong? How? Is it not 8 ounces in a cup? And then 4 cups in a quart? And then 4 quarts in a gallon? Am I a dummy? Where did my math go wrong? I believe you guys because you have the power of Google. How many ounces in a cup? Maybe that's where is it pounds that's messing it up? No, pounds is 16 ounces, water is 8 ounces. Ah! All right, well, I'm drinking 8 more ounces. 8 times 4 is 32. So where did I go wrong? 16, did I mess up the initial amount? I did 48. 8 times 4 was 48 for some reason. That's not even close. Now I want to go back and watch the VOD and see where my math broke. I did do it without paper. And I've not been in a math class in... My last math class would have been calculus. And that was in undergrad, junior year. So 2015. So it's been 7 years. That's no excuse, though. Also, it was a real bad class. Have any of you ever taken calculus? Are you good at calculus? I was not good at calculus. Not good at all. It was a nightmare. I had a great teacher too, a fantastic teacher. He was such a nice guy. He was so thorough. Did an excellent job with everything that he needed to do to get across, but my brain just didn't work. Wait until your kids get into middle school math learning all over again. I was at least good at middle school math. Although not apparent. That's not apparent given my math that I just showed you guys. Not the dumb way they do it now. Yeah, my wife has talked about it, and I think it depends a lot on the teacher as far as how the kids comprehend it, because she learned the new like Common Core stuff, and she was actually like taught in it, because as it was being implemented, she was learning, she was like getting her education degree, and it worked out in a way that like she gets it, whereas the old school teachers don't as much get it. And so she's able to teach it in a way that applies better and works out in the kid's head better. So it does have to do a lot, I think, with some of it is silly, some of it is backwards to us. Wife teaches too and is fine with it. Yeah. I don't think my wife is necessarily fine with it. She's just like, I know why people don't get it. Can't tell us how many ounces in a gallon, but gonna be like, here's what I know about God. I do not know how many ounces are in a gallon, but my math was close. It was close. I really want to do the VOD. I want to go back in the VOD and see where things went wrong. Where did things go wrong? I need to know. I need to know where things went wrong in my head, because I was so confident in that answer. I need a teacher to like draw it out on paper and do the little like red pen and point to it and be like, whoopsie, you know. I always got those. Did you guys ever have those teachers that were really good math teachers that would like point out your errors and like circle them in red and be like, whoopsie doopsie, and like being kind about it? I had some that were kind about it and some that were not as kind. But the ones that were kind, it always worked better. I kept things in my brain a little better. The confidence was my favorite part. Man, I was so certain. I was certain. I still don't know where I went wrong. And I can't do it again, because if I do it again, I'm going to get it correct, because I'm going to be paying even more attention. All right. Let's watch some Crossfire news. Tonight, the Ice Cream Social, or is that in the next couple weeks? I'm beginning to think the Duck just wants to see my home. I think Duck wants to see my house. I think Duck, see, now Duck was not here whenever we were still in my house. For those of you that don't know, we don't film this from my house. I'm not in a bedroom or a guest bedroom or anything. This is actually an office building that we rent. And so I think Duck secretly just really wants to see my house, because he wants tacos. He wants ice cream. I don't think it really matters much to Duck where or what we're doing, but where it is. What are you talking about? We're not having an ice cream social, please. You live there. I wish. Sometimes I've talked about it, no joke. So I bought a couch, and I was gonna buy a futon so that whenever we did checkathons and stuff, I could just stay here and sleep. And my wife was like, no. I was like, what do you mean? What do you mean? Why can't I just stay here? I'm not coming home until like 1:00 in the morning. You're going to be asleep. I'll get there first thing in the morning and have coffee with you and everything. And she was like, no, you're not sleeping somewhere other than our home. She was like, you're 5 minutes away. Come home. And yeah, I guess that's just the difference between the male brain and my wife's brain. Not even the male brain, but just my brain and my wife's brain. To be exact, Trombone started the tacos. Oh, you do want ice cream. See, I'm sus. I think I'm sus of Duck. I think Duck just wants to see my home. I think that's the answer. And I hate to break it to you, but my home is not big enough for even all the level 2 people. It is already cramped with 2 bibbies and 2 pets. So, Zando, I see your Gotcha Gamba movie. Have you started adding Gamba now permanently to the fixture? I love it. I love to see it. Let's bring it out. All the girls and the boys, people making noise. Let me hear you shout. That's a throwback. That's a real throwback. All right, let's start with the Gamba since that takes a minute to answer. So get your channel points ready. Prediction going. Does MPN take morning showers or night showers? I'm gonna do morning/night, so this one's not crazy long. Morning or night, 1 minute on the clock. When do I shower? It's a little bit of an uncomf question. Only a little bit, though. There have been far more risque ones in here, so I feel like that one's safe. Oh, movie game. We got to open a new one. Got to open a new one, Zando. New movie game coming at ya. That's pretty exciting. Okay. Zando, your movie game today is... Oh, I like it. Okay. At the height of the Cold War, while searching for a Soviet mole inside the Secret Intelligence Service, Gary Oldman discovers a nerdy boy with some newfound sticky powers that come with great responsibility. At the height of the Cold War, while searching for a Soviet mole inside the Secret Intelligence Service, Gary Oldman discovers a nerdy boy with some newfound sticky powers that come with great responsibility. That's an easy peasy. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Yesterday, talking about making a guide to breeding and now talking showers. You know what we do. You know how we do. Let's get a gachapon.
I wonder if Nurse Steward Officer Jenny would like a gachapon as a gift.
Ooh, Zando, it's another die. Tinker, Tailor, Soldier, Spider-Man. That's it. Aw. All right. Congratulations. Chat's in the clap. Tinker, Tailor, Soldier, Spider-Man. Ooh, it was a Nat fail. Nat fail. Nate gets to pick a bonus game. Who knows when he'll ever play it, but indeed, Nat fail. Critical fail, not Nat fail. What is that even? What am I, some kind of fake D&D fan? Let me write that down. So Thursday, folks, I think we're going to be doing our Hanging of the Greens. Do you guys know what that is? Who's church enough to know what a Hanging of the Greens is? We're going to do our, we're going to decorate. We're going to decorate this area for Christmas. Although really for Advent. Okay. We're in the throes of Advent. Christmas is a long way away. Decorating for Christmas, my family did it every holiday. Did they call it the Hanging of the Greens? Technically, a Hanging of the Greens happens at a church service, and it's where there's typically music, and there's an orchestrated thing that goes along with each bit and thing that you're hanging. So there might be like certain hymns or carols or songs that'll go along with hanging in the narthex or hanging over the arbor or whatever. So there'll be different like aspects to it. But yes, basically it's decorating for Advent and Christmas. Poor Green's always getting hanged. Public execute all Grinches. Not something my church ever did. It's very old school. Very old school. Growing up in an incredibly contemporary environment, I'd never even heard of a Hanging of the Green service until I got to my very, very rural appointment, and then they talked about it. But they didn't even do it anymore. They talked about how they used to do it in like the 60s. And I was like, okay, let's do it. Why not? And so I found an old Hanging of the Greens worship service, and we did it, and it was fine. It was fun. It was a good time. We just did decorating. They paid us with pizza. Yeah. That's the modern Hanging of the Greens is pizza. All right. Poor Russ has just been sitting here staring at me this entire time. So we're going to go ahead and get going with our Crossfire news. So yeah, let's go for it. I'm going to go ahead and, no, I'll do that at the end, actually. Don't let me forget at the end. I'm going to drop it so that you guys can give it a quick like. Show them some love. Gamba results. Oh my goodness. Thank you. Wow. 66%. One person bet 10K points saying that I was a morning showerer. 34% bet 5.2K points. 3 people between those. And the answer, my friends, is morning showers. Hate night showers. Hate it. Always a shower first thing in the morning to wake myself up. That's why I don't drink water, because I absorb it through osmosis. Imagine not being a church person with the last name of Green. You go visit before Advent and someone announces the Hanging of the Greens. No. Anything but that. Honey, we can't come back here. All right. Let's see. Hey, Russ. There he is. There's the guy. The one and only. All right, Crossfire, Faith Plus Gaming. Let's hear what they got for us today. Let's get right into the news.
On today's show, The Witcher 3 next.
You guys hear okay? No, it's turned down.
Out. The Callisto Protocol faces some season pass drama, and the Microsoft Activision Blizzard deal facing an antitrust lawsuit. All coming at you next. What's up, everybody,
What's up,
and
Sneaky?
welcome to Crossfire News. I am your host, Russ Dornish, and let's just jump right in. The Witcher 3's long-awaited next-gen upgrade is finally coming next month. The next-gen update will hit consoles and PC on December 14th, 2022. If you already own the game, the update is absolutely free and includes new DLC based on the highly successful Netflix series. The update includes visual upgrades with ray tracing, 60 frames per second, 120 frames per second for PC, reflections, new foliage, cross-generation save progression through cloud save, photo mode, and several quest quality of life improvements. Let me know, will you be jumping into The Witcher 3 again once it comes out to next-gen platforms? Comment down below. Callisto.
So I will actually not be jumping in again, but I will be jumping in for the first time ever. I have never played The Witcher, and I bought it on the autumn sale. So now I officially own The Witcher 3, and I plan on playing it on the Steam Deck once the update drops. And we'll see. We'll see how the Steam Deck runs it. I have a feeling it's going to be a lot of fun. It ran Cyberpunk really good, and so I'm excited to see how Witcher does, and hopefully it doesn't push it too far. But I've always heard people talk about The Witcher. The Netflix show was okay for me. I think I might have gotten more out of it if I cared about the lore. I even tried to read the books, and got a couple chapters into the first book. Well, a little bored. I just can't do fantasy. I really can't. I'm honestly uncertain of if I'll like it or not, but it feels like it's too big of a deal, and I got it for like $6, so it's worth it. Okay, here we go. Continuing on with some Callisto.
Protocol's back in the news after it faced some more scrutiny this week due to new info in regards to its season pass. A leaked listing for the game's season pass stated that it would include more death animations, which is a huge gameplay mechanic for the game. This left many to wonder if one of the main features would be hidden behind a season pass. This forced director Glenn Schofield to clarify how the season pass would work. On his Twitter, Schofield stated, "To be clear, we're not holding anything back from the main game for the season pass. We haven't even started work on this content yet. It's all new stuff that we'll be working on in the new year. Fans have asked for even more deaths, so we're making it a priority next year." End quote. Many thought this might block a main feature behind the season pass, including achievements and trophies surrounding the death animations in the game. We're only weeks away from the game's most highly anticipated release in December. What are your thoughts on season passes in general, especially on a single-player experience like Callisto Protocol? Finally, it has been quite a while since the buyout of Activision and Blizzard by Microsoft was announced, but the closing of that deal may be delayed for some time.
Oh, I didn't realize we were moving on from that. Okay, hang on. Callisto. Is anybody planning on playing Callisto? I will probably play it for the memes here on stream. We'll see, though, because it is apparently very grotesque. So I'll probably wait till it starts hitting some streams. I'll watch some streams, see what I think of it. And if it is too inappropriate, then we probably won't play it. We might do a Nate After Dark or something, like be at 11 o'clock part of a Checkathon or something. But that'll be definitely a off of our normal stream time. Or very much, like, right, honestly, most of our times before 3 o'clock is like typically we don't have anybody under the age of 18 because most people are in school that are under the age of 18 right now. And so, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see where it goes, but I am curious about it. Dead Space was good. Fun games. Very scary, very spooky. Get some great reactions. So now let's hear what's going on with Bethesda. Apparently the deal is delayed.
Reports say that the FTC is looking at filing an antitrust lawsuit that would stop the merging of both companies. Politico is the official one that reports that the US FTC is officially looking at blocking the deal with an antitrust lawsuit. However, this isn't the first time Microsoft has had backlash over the deal, as both the European and United Kingdom are also looking at similar challenges. Of course, if you've been following the story, Sony and Microsoft have been going back and forth, with Sony trying to stop the deal at all costs. Microsoft has recently stated in regards to accusations by Sony, quote, "The suggestion that the incumbent market leader, Sony, with clear and enduring market power, could be foreclosed by the smallest of the three console competitors, Xbox, as a result of losing access to one title is not credible. This in regards to the loss potential of Call of Duty. The $70 billion acquisition is looking more and more like Microsoft's goal, with having it closed mid-2023 in time for the launch of Starfield, as not happening."
That is the funniest quote I've ever heard, and I've got to stop because that is so silly. I'm not even weighing in necessarily on the litigation of this obvious stressful situation, but the thought that someone could with a straight face say that Microsoft and because Xbox is the smallest is not like a winning thing, and then refer to a $70 billion merger is the funniest thing I've ever heard. I just got to say that is so silly and cracks me up that someone at Microsoft had to run PR and say that Xbox, we're just the little kid, man. We're just the babies on the playground. You don't need to be afraid of us. Anyway, please approve our $70 billion merger.
We will keep you up to date on any developments, but what are your thoughts on the Microsoft Activision deal? Is Activision Blizzard too big of a market share to be purchased by a company like Microsoft? Or is this just like any old acquisition that we see constantly with game companies in the past? Let us know in the comments down below. New release games coming to you this week include a couple of PC releases. World of Warcraft Dragonflight releases on November 28th. Join forces with the Dragonflights of Azeroth as they return to the Dragon Isles, a lost realm of magic and wonder. There await the Drakthir Evokers, an all-new playable race and class of humanoid dragonkin who stand ready to join the ranks of the Horde and the Alliance. World of Warcraft again releases PC November 28th. For our other PC release of the week, Warhammer 40,000 Darktide comes to PC November 30th. From the developers of the best-selling and award-winning franchise, Vermintide, Warhammer 40,000 Darktide is a visceral 4-player co-op action game set in the hive city of Tertium. Fight together with your friends against hordes of enemies in this new Warhammer 40,000 experience. To survive in Tertium, players will need to master both melee and ranged combat, switching seamlessly between the two as the need arises. Every encounter pits you against a variety of enemies, each with their own fighting style. It'll be up to you to determine how best to take them down using the weapons at your disposal. And that's all for this week's show. I'm again your host, Russ Dornish. You are loved, you belong, you matter. God bless, and we'll see you next week. Thanks.
Bye, Russ. Okay, I'm going to go drop a quick share down in the link. Please. Go show some love. Show some love to our wonderful folks over at Crossfire. Give them a like and a sub if you haven't already. Maybe drop a comment to boost their reach a little bit. We love to support our friends. Okay, let me see. How do I want to do this? I'm going to do it just like... Oh, Heyo, H-Man. What's up, H-Man? Thanks for the sub, my friend. Let's turn on some music. Boofy. Boofy, we need to turn you down, buddy. All right. Goodbye, Spoofy. Well, H-Man, let me know how hard you want to spin the sub wheel, clockwise, counterclockwise. I'm going to go ahead and put in our email here. That way the auto pull doesn't work. It doesn't really matter to me if you guys know my email, but I'd rather not know all of my emails. Why does everybody want it turned so hard? Calm down. Okay, it's fine. It's fine. All right, hard as I can. Here we go. H-Man. H-Man, you get an emote on the Discord. Send me the emote you would like to see, and I will make it happen for you. Dope. Dope, dope, dope. All right, we are going to, first and foremost, fill out our Checkpoint Church The Game Awards entries. So let me pull again for those of us that are joining in now. We only have 5 entrants so far. So you're going to want to go ahead and enter if you haven't already. You can fill it out along with us as we're doing it right now. But we're going to be going through these together. Let's see. Is there one that's the whole window? This one. Okay, cut the top off for some reason. Oh well. Let's just do this. Okay, yeah, you guys don't need to look my part. That works. That works. Okay, cool. All right, we're going to go through this. So this is all of the Game Awards nominees. And the gist is that you will pick which one you think will win. Not which one you want to win. Which one do you think will win? And based off of that, based off of your vote, and your thought, you will get a point for every one that you get correct. Whoever has the most points at the end of the night, we are going to be watching together. Whoever has the most points at the end of the night, at the end of the Game Awards, we will be giving you, just a little something of like a $25 gift card to either Amazon, Nintendo eShop, Xbox, PlayStation. But more importantly, we'll be giving you the title of the greatest the ultimate gamer of 2022. Isn't that what it is? I'm like 99% sure, but now I'm losing my mind. I'm freaking out thinking that I'm saying the wrong thing. I'm the greatest gamer, the ultimate gamer of 2022. It's very important, even though I can't remember what it was. It was a very important title. You can ask H-Man. H-Man was our winner last year, and he really felt the weight of the ultimate gamer status being put upon him. I will also say that if you want any of this information after the stream, after the chat is over, we do have an event currently called the Game Awards, something like that, over in the events folder on our Discord. And the link is there. It's pinned to the top. So you are welcome to find that link and enter for your chance there. We will stop taking answers on the day before, so the 7th, I think. So that is next Wednesday, which is crazy. Next Wednesday will be the last day, so get in your answers now if you want to be considered for the prize of the Ultimate Gamer, as well as a very minuscule, unimportant $25 towards your gaming choice. Okay, so I'm going to pick what I think is going to win, and I might honestly pull up the nominees so that I can see them. A lot of them are going to be complete guesses, but if you want to do this as I'm doing it, feel free. They don't have it in any good fashion. I don't know why they did this year. I don't know why they did it this way. I want a scrollable categories list. Okay, best esports event. Evo, League of Legends, PGL, don't even know what that is. Mid-season invitational, that's not that. Valorant definitely is not. I'm going to go with League of Legends Worlds. I'm going to go with Worlds. That's at least the one that I hear the most about. So that's what we're going to go with there. Best esports coach. Let's see. Don't know any of these folks. Don't know what they do or who they are, but I'm going to go with their username that I like the most. Doom Bros is pretty good. I think I'm going to go with Doom Bros. Congratulations to Eric, who's undoubtedly going to take it home this year. Best esports team is Dark Zero, FaZe Clan, Gen G, LA Thieves, or Loud. I like the Gen G people. League of Legends. We'll go with our H-Man vote there. Got no clue. But honestly, it'll probably be FaZe Clan because aren't they like the biggest ones? So maybe if I actually wanted to win, I would choose FaZe Clan, but I'm not giving you guys any hints. They're definitely the biggest one on YouTube. I hear the most about FaZe people. Best esports athlete. Let's see who we're working with here. Best esports athlete. We got Chovy. I'm voting for Chovy. Easy peasy. We know a Chovy. I'm pretty sure this is him. Pretty sure that's Chovy. Slightly different spelling. And I don't even think Chovy's ever played an esports game on their stream, but we're going to call it anyway. Best esports game. CSGO, Dota, LoL, Rocket League, or Valorant. In my humble opinion, I would probably choose Valorant. I don't know if that's going to win. I think it's probably going to... I don't know. Honestly, none of these are that big of a deal. Maybe League. League had a really big year. You have to think League had a really, really big year with the show. So I'm going to say probably League's going to take it. Most anticipated, FF16, Hogwarts Legacy, Resident Evil 4, Starfield, or it's Legend of Zelda. It's Legend of Zelda. Come on. Best adaptation, in my opinion, Cyberpunk. Best debut indie. Let's see, between Kena. Was Kena not last year? Was it this year? Kena, Sable, The Artful Escape. This is last year. Is that not? I guess not. Let's look. That's Sable. Weesh, I think this might be last year's. Oh dear. Oh no. Oh no. I'm like 99% sure this is last year's. Oh no. Weesh. I'm pretty sure I have Neon White Norco, Stray Tunic, and Vampire Survivors. Oh no. There were two. Okay. All right. Well, I guess I need to fill that one out. I still think it was probably Kena, but I was 90% sure that was last year's. I'm going to go for QT because I want her to win over Ludwig. Oh no, wait. Who had the mob? I think it was Nobru who had the mob. No, it was Nibelian. I don't even know who that is, but he's got mob as his profile picture. There are definitely two debut indies. Best multiplayer. I liked Overwatch the most, probably. I would love to see TMNT win, but I doubt it, right? Or should I stay Nintendo? Should I stay true to my Nintendo roots? I probably had the most fun with Overwatch. Okay, best sports or racing game. I'm going to the Ollie Ollie World. I don't think there's any chance, but I'm doing it. Best sim/strategy. None of these. None of these were any good. I'm gonna go with Dune. Best family game on the list. Again, all of these were pretty rough, but I'm gonna go with Kirby. Best fighting game that came out this year. I still don't consider Sifu to be a fighting game, but I'm gonna go with it anyway because I think it was probably the best game on that list. Let's see. Best role playing. Look. I have to remind myself that I'm voting for something very particular here. I'm voting for what I think they're going to pick. I'm voting for what they're going to pick. And it's not Arceus. I would love for it to be Arceus. It's definitely Elden Ring or Xenoblade. There's no way it's any of the other three. So the question is, which of them do I think was a better RPG? And woof, that's a tough decision. I think the world's going to pick Elden Ring, even though it makes me sad. Not that Elden Ring is a bad game. It just makes me sad that there's no way Arceus is going to win. Even though I loved Arceus, dude. It was such a good game. Best action and adventure. Let's see. It's probably going to be God of War. probably going to be God of War. Best action game, I'm picking Neon White, even though I don't think that's it. Innovation and accessibility, that's definitely last year. No, that's this year. For some reason, Last of Us threw me off, but that's Last of Us Part 2 from last year. And Returnal, those are both throwing me off. The innovation and accessibility, I'm going to go with Last of Us. They always do a good job with accessibility. Surely it's that one. Mogus. No, I want it to be Moss, but it's probably a Mogus. It's probably Mogus. I want it to be Moss. Probably Mogus. Best community support. I'll always give this to Destiny because No Man's Sky, because there's nobody that's not like No Man's Sky. But Destiny probably is gonna win. I would give it to No Man's Sky personally. Best mobile game, Marble Snap. Best debut indie game, Neon White. I think it could take it. Tunic's probably gonna take it, but I think Neon could. Best indie, Neon again. I don't know if it's going to win, but I want it to. It's probably going to be Stray, unfortunately. Vampire Survivors wins that for sure. You think? No way. No way Vampire Survivors takes it. I don't know. It is definitely a game. It is definitely a game that everybody's memeing on. I like Stray. It has a huge following, but it's kind of a meme following. I don't know. It ain't no way Norco takes it, even though I really love Norco. My thoughts on Stray were that Stray was pretty mid. He kind of just walked in a straight line. Best ongoing, Destiny 2. Stray was just all right. The best part of Stray was that you were a cat. And that was the best part of Stray. Games for impact. Stray felt like the return of the B tier game to me, yeah. No doubt. I don't want to knock on them at all for the aesthetic. The art style was gorgeous. The design was beautiful. The fact that the cat felt like you were a cat. I mean, you genuinely felt like a cat. That was good. But the actual gameplay was as boring and typical as they could have made. It was like every game I've ever played before. Games for impact, we're going to find out today because we still have these two left to play. But I got to give it to Citizen Sleeper personally. I think probably As Dusk Falls is going to take it. But I'm going to hope for Citizen Sleeper. Best performance. Just because I enjoyed her so much, I'm going to give it to Manon for Immortality. There's no way she's going to get it. So who's actually going to get it is probably, honestly, any of these could. Any of these could get it. Any of the other four. I would give it to Manon personally because I thought that game was really good. I thought she did a great job. You think, Judge? You couldn't give it. You could give it to any. You could give it to anyone. Yeah, they all did a fantastic job. I think it'd be really sweet if they gave it to Sunny this year, but that's not really how it works. You know, that's not really how it works. Ashley Birch, it feels like she often gets it. I would love to see Charlotte get it because I don't even know that name. And so that would be really cool. Okay. Best audio design. I feel like the car games always take this one. I feel like the car games always take one. But I honestly don't remember the audio of Elden Ring. I gotta be real. I gotta be real with you. I don't remember any of the audio of Elden Ring. I'm gonna say God of War here as well. COD? No way. Plague will be snubbed big time. Yeah, microphones on cars is easier than creating fantasy worlds. It is, but they do it real good. Best score in music between all of these, I'm gonna give it to Xenoblade. There was a whole aspect of it that was about the music. Best art direction, this is where I would give it to Stray personally. I think Stray had great art direction. It could go to any of these. These are all great picks, I think. Scorn is definitely like the most inspired, right? The most different. Stray had a lot of inspiration. I think God of War is boring. It's been done a million times. I don't know. I can only see fantasy so many times. I think Elden Ring did fantasy a little bit different. I think Horizon Forbidden West did it very different. I would love to see Horizon take it. The only issue with both Horizon and God of War is that it's been done and people have seen it done twice. Right? So I'm going to say Elden Ring. Best narrative between all of these? I'm going to guess God of War. Hard for me to say that, but again, this is who I think will win, not who I would vote for. I personally here, again, I would probably give it to Plague Tale or Immortality. Even though, truth be told, the narrative in Immortality is pretty bad. It was unique enough. It's unique enough. I'd say the same for Elden Ring, plus it ain't original. It's just inspired by Berserk. Yes, but it felt original because nobody's really, not nobody, but fewer people have seen Berserk than have seen the first God of War, or than have played the first Horizon Forbidden Dawn, or whatever. What is it called? Horizon Zero West. Horizon Zero West? Horizon Zero Dawn. Black Hawk Down. What was it? God of War and Horizon Forbidden West are more or less the same as their previous installments. Yeah, exactly. Best game direction? Direction? Elden Ring. Easy. Game of the year for me? None of them. None of these games. I cannot believe Stray is on this list. I cannot believe Stray is on this list. Do you think God of War for direction? I think Elden Ring. We'll see. Ragnarok, kind of for the same reasons you were saying. You don't think it had good direction. I guess. I don't know. I think it did. I'm going to say that people thought it had good game direction. It worked better in the unique, like, open world aspect than God of War, which felt very streamlined. Game of the year. Okay. I think it's probably going to be God of War. Okay. This is really tough. So there you go. There's my list. It's a rough one. I don't know how confident I feel, but I'm also not trying. I'm not really trying for Ultimate Gamer. I want one of you guys to take it. That's a part of the reasons why. These are always the gambles, right? Because nobody knows the answer to any of these. Whereas these, it's pretty clear who's probably going to take it. All right. We're going to turn this off. We're going to lock it. Choo-coo. All right. My bracket is locked in. Good luck. Okay, now we're going to go over to the actual player's voice and give our votes for the player's voice vote. Already rationalizing his loss. It's what I do. Okay. So if you haven't done this already, you just got to log in. You can even log in with your Twitch account here if you'd like to. That's what we've done here from my profile here. This is voting on behalf of Checkpoint Church. You're welcome. Round 1 of 3 of the player's voice. We get to pick whatever you want. Which is your favorite game? Player's voice is a 100% fan voted award across 3 rounds. So we're going to vote for, I guess we get 10 votes. And I could honestly split them. All of them but Stray deserve a vote. So I'm going to give, I think that's how it works. I'm going to give 1 vote. Nope, not vote. Not that one. Anything but that one. Undo. No! Undo! Undo it! No! No! I didn't want this! I can't undo it. All right, Stray gets a vote. All right, another, wait, okay. Oh, yes. Okay, perfect. All right, everybody but Stray gets a vote for first round. Why do I have 10 votes? Do I get to go again? I don't understand. You're the 1 vote for the cat. No, I was able to take it away, thank goodness. All right, so what I'm going to try to do is, I don't know if this is 10 votes for round 1 or if it's 10 votes for all the rounds. So maybe I should only vote for 3, 4. Is that how it works? Where's the description? Keeley. Somebody call up Jeff Keeley for me real quick and ask him which one I need to do. I'm gonna vote for the. Yeah, this is fine. This is fine. All of them but Stray deserve a little bump up by me. Yeah, it's for all of them. Okay. It won't matter. There's a jury that makes the decision like an electoral college. Not for a player's choice. The other ones, yes. Which I could go and vote for, but it won't make a difference. Hello, I am Jeff Keeley. Just vote for Cat Game. No, Jeff! I won't do it. I do know some people on the jury, not personally. See, this is where my votes don't matter. But I'll do it anyway. I'll vote anyway. Xenoblade. Game direction. Which one do I think has the best game direction? Immortality. category. Also, have you met my best friend, Hideo Kojima? Have you met my best friend, Mr. Sony? Mr. Sony is my best friend. All of the PlayStation community is my best friend. Best narrative. It's definitely not Elden Ring. I'm going to give it to Plague Tale, even though I haven't played it yet. Just from the vibe I've gotten. Best art direction. Which one did I give it to? I don't remember. It's got to be either Elden Ring or Scorn or Stray. It's not God of War, Horizon Zero Dawn. Horizon whatever. You think Stray? I don't know, man. Sure. I'll give it to Stray. Best score in music, I stick with Xenoblade. You think Scorn? Best audio design, God of War. I don't know, man. I want Sunny to take this one, so I'm going to give it to Sunny, even though my vote means nothing. Games for Impact, Citizen Sleeper, easy peasy, dude. Easy peasy. Best ongoing. Which one is Destiny? Is this one Destiny? Why are there no names on that one? Oh, they're like down, but I can't scroll down for some reason. Best indie, in my humble opinion, was Neon White. Best mobile game, in my opinion, was Merle's Neat. Best community support. I always give it to No Man's Sky just because they deserve it the most. Innovation and accessibility. It really won't let me scroll down, though. Broken site, man. Innovation and accessibility. I'm going to give it to Last of Us. Best AR VR. I hope Moss wins it. I'd love to see Moss take it. Best action game. Probably Neon White. Best action adventure. Combining combat with traversal and puzzle solving. We're going to give it to Plague Tale because I think they're the underdog that deserves it. Best role-playing. Arceus, baby! Yes! Sifu, even though I don't think that's a fighting game. Best family, Kirby. Best sim or strategy. In my opinion, it would probably be none of them. Can I vote for none of them? I guess Mario, but it wasn't very good. It was also pretty mid. Best sports racing. Ollie Ollie World. Easy peasy. Best multiplayer. I said Overwatch. Content creator of the year. It's going to be Mob Psycho 100 is my favorite content creator. Best debut indie. Easy peasy Neon. Best adaptation was Cyberpunk. 100. Most anticipated game is obviously Zeldar. Best esports game. I love how Overwatch. Well, I guess Overwatch 2 isn't esports yet. It will be, won't it? Give it to Valorant. Best esports athlete. I'm sticking with Chovy. These really don't matter. None of this matters. Which one is Worlds? Which one? Which one? I can't scroll down. Which one is Worlds? I don't know. I don't even know. It's not this one. Second from the left. That's the one. That's it. There we go. My votes have been cast. So there you go, folks. We've officially voted for our thoughts. What does Nibelian do? I have no idea, Bweesh. But he has Mob as his profile picture, and that's enough for me. Ooh, there are badges. Oh, you guys, you can get badges on this site. Wow. Did you know that? If you become a TGA Insider, you get a badge. All I got to do is sign up for your email list. And if I share my badge, I get a badge. Yes! If I become a co-streamer, well, I mean, I definitely will be. I fully intend on being a co-streamer. I guess I got to figure out how to do that. We can get all that promotional material that we got last time. That's always fun. How hilarious, man. Oh, boy. All right, we're going to play a new game. We're going to play a new game. It's a coin toss as for which one we play. We got two options. Hindsight and Endling. Hindsight and Endling. We're literally just going to flip a coin. Since I said them in that order, Hindsight's going to be heads. Endling is going to be tails. Don't worry, we will be playing Endling. We'll play it probably Thursday. Thursday, we're going to set up our Advent stuff, and then we'll go right into the game. So if it lands on tails, then Endling will happen today, and Hindsight will happen on Thursday. If not, vice versa. We'll be playing them. Okay, Google. Flip a coin. It is heads. It is heads for you, H-Man. So we're going to be playing Hindsight. As I understand it, this game, you are able to use things as frames to look back in time, or in different times, or in different time periods. The coin counts. It's a 50-50 chance. It's a 50-50 chance, and the fox has lost. What does the fox say? The fox says heads, Hindsight wins. Okay. Let's get right into it. Spoofy. Oh, wait, hang on. I got to throw all the setup stuff. I'm going to go ahead and synchronize the Steam cloud. I got to do all the things. Oh, I need to change my game, too. Oh, man. Hindsight. No, it took my mouse. Give me back my mouse. Give me back my mouse. Oh, there's now a category called Game Award nominees. That's pretty cool. I think we're oh boy. I think we're here. Let's see if it pops up. Hello? Oh, there it is. Okay. Click and drag left mouse to rotate camera. Okay. Rotating. Ooh, hello. Hello there. Where are you? Is it real loud? Oh. See you, Bleach. Thanks for your lurk. It might just be real loud for me. Okay, there's definitely a person over there.
The past meets with the present, fighting for space. Demanding attention, to be heard, to be seen.
Oh, she old?
A lifetime worth of memories.
Oh, she's so old. Is this M. Night Shyamalan? Is this old beach? Is this the beach that makes you old? Bad movie, by the way, if you guys haven't seen it. Bad movie. Oh. We found a portal. Not a portal, a light. A dentist light. We're at the dentist. We're at the doctor's. We're a baby. We're being born. I'm born. Jason born. Born by Jason. Naked baby. Oh, look at me. Oh, I'm horrific. Oh no. Oh, Mom, Dad, show me anything else. Thank goodness they covered up well. Oh, hello. I was about to say, this game did not mention anything about a birthing scene here. Oh, what's that, a car? There's a car reflector? Can I get in the car? Let me in. I want to be in the car. Oh, it's home. Oh, it's home. Oh, it's home. Look, Mom and Dad, we're home. Oh, no. Is this game going to make me cry? Is this going to be a crying game? I'm a girl. It's me. I'm a girl. I'm beautiful. I'm much prettier than I was when I was a baby. Okay. The lamp I can click on. Boxes, the house, all the things. Oh, wow. Okay. Oh, not that side. Ooh. Oh, okay. It's my mom. Hello, Mom. I like Dad's mustache.
Depending on where we're at in life, our perception of a memory changes.
Oh no, which box do I open first? Dad would open that. Nope. Okay. Oh, I see. I understand. I didn't understand what you were asking, but now I do. Mary. Mary's my name. And is my name Mary, or is my mom's name Mary? It's my name. Oh, it's my room. My name is Mary, and I'm in my room.
How do you know which version is the truth?
Oh, she's on the phone. Mom, what's going on? Why are you on the phone? You look scared. You look concerned. Come on, Mom. Please let's not have things go wrong. Ah, okay. Oh, Dad's painting. Painting my walls? Aw. Oh, I get to paint. Oh, cool. Neat. I gotta paint all of it. They didn't tell me this game was actually the pressure washing game.
I used to think I knew exactly
That's a
who
big
you were.
birthday, girl.
The idea of you captured perfectly in my mind.
Clever. Very clever what they do. Oh no, I'm touching something hot for the first time. No! No! Oh, I'm getting scolded. Oh, I'm so sad about it. It hurts so bad. It hurts so bad. I just wanted to touch a teapot. Please.
I told myself you had your own ways of showing you cared.
Oh no, Mom's not nice to us, huh? Mom is stressed. Remember, she was on the phone. Oh man, I'm growing
Ways I
quick.
didn't understand until I was much older.
I'm growing up so fast. Oh my goodness, I've got smile lines and everything.
Despite our best efforts, life is unpredictable.
I look tired.
Doesn't care who you are, what you're doing, or what you have planned. Things begin, and sometimes, when you least expect it,
Things in?
things end.
Yeah. What happened? What happened? My dad dead? That looked like my mom on the phone. I look so tired.
It's hard not to think about how time has changed the memory of you.
Is this going to be another sad mom game? This is the same as a Memoir Blue. Aw, teapot. This time I don't burn myself. Aw. Love the goose.
How it will continue to change, to shift, until I'm left with a version I've created in my head.
Oh, wow. Bold. Bold title sequence. Cool. It's a gorgeous font. All right, what am I exploring here? Chapter 2 already? Still life. Okay. I guess prologue was actually chapter 1. What are we doing? What are we doing at the airport? What's your plan? What you got in your hands there? Got the keys? You own the keys in the airport? Made it through TSA with those keys? Oh, nice. Ooh, this feels dated. Open up that shutter. This is my childhood home.
Everything still looks the same. I can't tell if that's comforting or not. I don't like looking at the front porch and not seeing you there.
Ooh, butterfly. Hi, butterfly.
You came here to relax, to catch your breath, to be at peace. Maybe if I stay a little longer, I'll feel it too.
Let's stay as long as we need to. I'm going to read some of that mail. Can you let me read the mail? Bye, butterfly. Butterfly in the sky, I can fly twice as high. Take a look in a book, reading the rainbow. And those flowers grew in a crazy pattern. Oh. Hello. Little cocoon. And what's this metaphor then? Oh, it's me. Oh, Dad grew a beard out. Better look, Dad.
We all
Better
went
look.
hiking sometimes. You packed the lunch, Dad mapped the trail. I was in charge of pointing out all the good rocks and trees.
Aw. I want to go on a walk with my kiddos.
But I wanted to wander and see where the trees took me.
I do love this art style. I don't know what this is called, if it's like cell shading or what they call it. But I always love it. I always appreciate this art style. It's very popular among the indie devs, so it must not be that graphically challenging or something. I really like those butterflies, huh? Oh, we're back here. I love how the colors are muted too. What a great
I can see why you liked being outside. Sitting here, listening to the branches dance against the breeze. The smell of coffee brewing. Dad usually brought you a cup.
I want coffee now. Pick those weeds. They look awful. Okay, or just get the flower and leave the weed. It's fine. It's fine, no big deal, no big deal. Just leave the weed in the ground. It's fine, it's fine. Who even cares about the weed? Who even cares about cleaning it up? Oh, is that Mom?
The outdoors fed my curiosity. I called out shapes I saw in the clouds. I followed ants back to their home. I pulled up weeds thinking they were flowers and made crowns.
I mean, they aren't not flowers. So interesting to me how many games we're getting now. How many games we're getting now that are this kind of vibe of like memoirs or just retrospectives of our parents. Game devs are getting older, and the next generation is coming up, and they're kids that are dealing with moving out and leaving home,
And we remember things differently.
flying from the nest. Goodbye, cloud. Get out of here. Let me see the moon. You see that, sweetheart? What if I just swing a lasso around it and pull it close? Do you want the moon? I'll get you the moon.
What story did your memories tell?
Aw, camping. I hate camping. I do not like camping. But this does bring back memories. Oh, now that I do like. I feel like I need to go hug my daughter. Come on. Come on now. Oh, I just saw the wind chimes. Whoopsie. Look at how much brighter the past is.
This yard holds a lot of memories. Watching
What I'm
you
struck
pull
by-
weeds, spraying grass with the hose. I'd beg you to splash me with water during the summer and you'd sigh real big. But you would.
Like what I'm thinking is like normally you go back in the past and you make it sepia toned or whatever. But the past is what's bright in this game. How compelling. I'm so glad Dad grew a beard.
Daydreaming became as normal as breathing. Imagining made-up places and letting my mind wander.
That's fun. It's really nice. Oh, it was my pigtails. Got it. I was like, what is that coming out of my head? What's going on? Oh, look at that smile. I don't want to stop playing. I was trying to make a little rhythm. Trying to make a little something happen. She doesn't look very happy. What's going on, Humble? Why are you so grumpy? Ooh, old school clothespins, huh? Ooh. Back to the front porch. Where's she going? Where's Mom going? Is that a taxi? Where was Mom headed? Where was she going? What was happening? What? Now I'm more curious than ever. Where's this game's nominee for game design, huh?
The big oak tree is where I thrived. I climbed it so many times, my knees were always scratched up.
What happened to our planet? Mom and Dad, is Earth okay? What's happening there? I'm a little worried about our existence, survival. Man, that tire swing's up high. I don't know if you guys have ever been in a tire swing, but that is dangerous, dude. Wow, that's high up. I would never swing that up. Holy moly! Okay, is she falling? She must be falling out of the tree. Probably because she swung the tire swing too high. Swang it. She swang it! What did I say yesterday? About as good as swing. I will say this game is gorgeous. I like the aesthetic, I like the vibes, the music is very...
And then one day I fell. I wasn't
Knew
hurt,
it.
just scared.
Aw.
I ran to you for comfort, crying. You frowned and told me it was my fault for climbing too high.
I mean...
You watched me carefully for the next few days. Had Dad cut down weak branches.
Oh, we're going inside. So this game then is exactly what it sounds like. It is just living through the hindsight of our lives. Where's the phone? Where is it? Oh, I see.
The restaurant called. It's easy to forget that the world keeps moving. Cleaning out the house shouldn't take long. How did I lose touch with what was important? How did you?
Mom's driving, huh? All right. Love it.
I ask as if you'd have the answer. I'll never know. How do you choose what's most important?
Oh. I can only pick one? Well, I don't know, dude. I mean, both of these things kind of feel like trash. This is the only one of any actual import. I think roughhousing is the one that wins for me. How's it going? What's up, Oriole Jedi? We're playing through the Games for Impact nominees. This is one that I'd never played called Hindsight. We're basically looking through the frames of our past and remembering who we were. And I'm not quite sure what's going on. I think we're from a family that is either broken or maybe just had like a pretty harsh mom that we didn't understand. Whereas we're playing as this woman who is now older. She's lost both of her parents, and we are exploring our childhood home to clean it out now that they've passed. I think that's what I've gleaned from it.
Untouched, but I feel so different. Like
Open
a
those blinds.
stranger that doesn't belong. Shoes off, slippers on. But I'd always
So I
forget.
think Mom's just bossy.
It was the first thing you'd ask me to do when we came home. Like a ritual meant to be followed without question.
Sounds interesting. It's definitely emotional, pulling at the heartstrings. kind of
Even
thing.
now, I find it hard to remember.
Put those shoes on. Feel like I'm in a very odd aquarium. Yeah, with the just window after window after window. Aww. What are we going to learn about Mom's faith, huh? Let's go to church.
Was it calming? The ritual of it all? Every week, like clockwork, you had us dressed and on time.
Hey, look, props to Dad for being there, okay? Might not be culturally accurate. What? A tree in the middle of church? Oh, that's a cool image. Busting out the old piano.
You had the piano since before I was born. You taught yourself to play as a kid, but fell out of it with age.
Let me play more keys.
When I started showing interest, you began to give me lessons. It became hard to
Wow.
separate your wants from my own.
Man.
My hobbies and yours.
I was going to play a quick scale. Oh, we're getting frustrated, huh? Yep. Telling you. I think my theory is correct. I think that game developers that are up and coming are millennials and Gen Zs that have had to deal with parents that were stressed out. I remember I was riding in my car. Oh, I think I get it. Maybe not. Thought maybe that was the game. Oh, I see. I didn't notice the second set of blinds there. Oh, I can't go? Ooh. Aren't they beautiful? More piano practice. Oh, the horse on the
didn't
table.
even
That's
know
such
what
good.
I
Yeah, that's
wanted.
clever.
It was safer to listen.
So with that one key. Oh, we're cleaning. That's what we're doing. The Japanese? Or is that Chinese? How do I click in? Show me where to click in. Right there.
You tried to teach me about my culture from an early age. And sometimes it meant skipping out on time with friends. The food you ate, the language you spoke, they were parts of you that you felt needed to be passed on.
Oh, what? I don't know. I don't know that character. I don't know what that means. I have no idea. I guess it's not that one. It must be food. Was it food? It must be mother baby. Okay. It was food.
We had color-coded dishes. Dad's rice bowl was blue, yours was pink, mine was yellow. You said I wasn't allowed up from the table until I learned how to use chopsticks.
So Mom's definitely bossy. Oh, do I have to remember the order? Clever.
Workbooks were left unopened, and any attempt to speak in your native tongue was met by English. You tried so hard, and I didn't budge. Things had to be perfect. Unlike people, glass can be polished, spaces can be controlled the way we like.
Cool. I was about to say, how accurate to Power Wash Simulator is this game? Come on.
Eventually, we stopped speaking Japanese.
There we go.
in the
It's Japanese.
house.
I thought it looked like
It didn't
kanji,
bother me
but
much
far be
when
it
I was
from me.
young. I never considered what that loss meant to you.
Am I supposed to draw it? I tried my best. What's up, Trombone? Trombone, we're playing Games for Impact from the Game Awards. This is a game called Hindsight, where we are currently reflecting on our history in our childhood home, because both of our parents have passed, and now we're remembering our history with them. The good and the bad and the ugly. All the in-between. We're from a Japanese household.
How do you know what to keep? What to get
Working-
rid of?
Leaving work at my scheduled time
There
without
are
staying
some
late.
things I
Such a tough,
can't let
tough topic
go.
to explore. Yeah, the cross-culture family is incredibly complex. Not to mention the topic of parental stuff. Parents are tricky. Being one is tricky. What's up, Alice in the Palace? How we doing? Welcome in. I was just explaining to Trombone. We're playing through the Games for Impact from the Game Awards. This is one called Hindsight, where we're exploring through our childhood history now that our parents have passed. We're grown up, and we are trying to understand them better as we reflect on our hindsight. That's the name of the game. That's our dad. Our mom is Japanese. Not sure about dad yet.
I don't remember.
This is a deep
much
sad
from
game.
that
It might
day.
be deep sad. I'm not
Maybe
I'm
that's
not
on
entirely
purpose.
sure yet. The music is definitely sad. The vibes are kind of bummer. Normally the games for Impact are pretty deep there. But sometimes they can just be important. Like I wouldn't describe I Was a Teenage Exocolonist that we played last time as being particularly sad. It did have one particularly sad scene right at the beginning, but it was more just about colonialism. Oh no. Papa. Papa. Mama. Help me. Help me, please. Birds. Birds, help me. The birds are here. Maybe not. Maybe the birds are not here for me. Bird! Bird! So the game is told through frames. So we click on things
I
that are
was
frames
pulled
that
to
take us into a
shore.
different time.
Coughing, crying.
Got chop on, you got it.
Someone
Dad
tell me,
called
what's
for
the
a
deal with all
lifeguard.
these gachapons?
You
I mean, come
told
on.
me I should have listened.
T-Bone, you got a free sub wheel. Let me know clockwise, counterclockwise, and how hard you would like me to spin it. Alice, how are you? I normally have a busy Tuesday, but today no one turned up to class for the events I have after on Tuesday. Well, I'm doing good. I'm doing pretty good. I hope that you are doing well as well. things are good for you. Oh, another gachapon.
Like Scoob, I guess we better see what's inside of this gachapon. I'm a little scared.
It is a D12, I think. Oh. It's a D12. If it is a critical success, then you get to pick a game for a bonus stream. If it is a crit fail, I get to pick a game for a bonus stream. If it is neither, then it just goes on. It is a crit fail, so I get to pick another bonus stream. All right, y'all got to stop with the bonus streams. Enough of that. What's up, Cats Meow? How are we doing? Welcome to the stream. Playing a game called Hindsight. Every year for the Game Awards, whenever they announce their games for Impact, I play the ones that I have not played. And so, yeah, we rated Cat's Meow yesterday on Trombone's recommendation. Did you win? Did you win all the ranks? Are you all the ranks now? I hope so. So anyway, this game is called Oh My Goodness. This game is not called Oh My Goodness. This game is called Hindsight, but I'm reading chat and my brain can't take it. This game is called Hindsight.
From then on, I told myself that if I stayed in line, I'd be safe.
Full send
I
to the
could
left.
control
I saw that
my
Trombone.
own
I'll do that in just a
actions,
second.
my behaviors. Things would be okay.
And we have a tough, complex relationship with our mother. Is this on Game
For
Pass?
years
I
and
do not think
years,
so.
I've listened.
It'd be a great game to
Settled
put on
into
Game Pass,
what
though.
you tried to teach me. It became rhythmic, comforting.
You do have a message from me, Alice. New name for Trombone Dalek just dropped. I think that's actually old name. I think that name has been in existence for quite a while. Can I change it? Very slow. Oh, it's only a couple times. Real quick. Oh, I can't see anything. Where do I go? What do I do? Oh, do I gotta pick that time? That's it. I see. Good luck with that one.
Back
It's my
straight,
special name for
arms
Grace.
taut,
Dale.
eyes
It's a good
straight
one.
ahead.
Ooh, that was cool.
There's comfort in safety, in routine.
That gets the image right across.
Relax your shoulders. Smile. Stop tapping your foot.
I feel that. Oh, we're growing up. Does that mean we're going to get rebellious?
The gift was thoughtful. It showed how proud you two were, and it eased my nerves about performing.
I love our doofy dad, man.
I knew work kept you busy. I tried not to expect anything.
Oh no, is she not going to show up to our recital?
Chances were slim, but
Not
I
that
found
trope.
myself hoping.
Oh,
Desperate for
Dad,
the
look at
show.
our doofy dad. Oh, he's so happy and proud of us, but Mom is not even there to be seen. Oh my goodness, it looks like the Senate. Why is everyone in suits?
But eventually, I had to go on without you.
Oh, I had to go on without you. Wow. That'll preach. Is she gonna show up? Come on, Mom. Come on, Mom, show up. I don't think she's gonna. Also, is this game very new? I'm surprised I haven't heard of it. How far along are you in the game? I think it's very short. I'd never heard of it until the Game Awards, so I don't know when it came out from beyond that. But it is a very neat mechanic. I like how it goes. I like how it's taking us along. It's very sad, very emotional so far. I'm curious to see what the resolution is, but I think the game's only like 2.5 hours max, so it's pretty brief anyway.
How could you not make the time?
Yeah.
I don't know. I never asked. Maybe some things are better left alone.
No, talk to your parents. Kids, talk to your parents. Parents, talk to your kids. Talk. I'll close the door. Why am I so spooked? Well.
Why did
Rumbone, I
come
haven't forgotten
here?
you. I was going to try and wait until the end of this chapter.
There's so much I've forgotten, all for good reason.
Oh, that's not good. That's not something we should have forgotten. That's a good thing.
I'm here now. I made the time. I had to. There was no one else. If I didn't come here to sort through your things and pack up your life, who would?
Oh, we got to pick one. Okay. What should we pick? What are we most proud of? Our culture, our hobbies. I never really understood what the horse was about. Our vanity. Hobbies for me. Oh, you say mirror,
I've
Alice?
only got so much space.
Can I pick two? No. My hobbies are my vanity for sure. Within the lines. That was our achievement we got for there. So that's interesting. I guess I wonder if it changes the story we're telling, or is it just change the way we're experiencing the story with what we choose to keep with us. That's a great place to spin the wheel. We're going to spin the wheel. What did you say? Full send, right? Full send left. Who knows what you said? I'm pretty sure that's what you said, Trumbull. I'm going to assume you mean counterclockwise. You don't really get the full effect of the wheel whenever the camera is so small. You know what? You got another gachapon. You got a bonus gachapon, Trombone.
I wonder if Nurse Doing Officer Jenny would like a gachapon as a gift.
You got a gamba. A free gamba. So, chance to win some channel points. I know we've got some folks that are not often in the chat. Well, I don't like that one. I don't like that one. These are getting a little too blue. These are getting a little too blue. The way that we do this is we do a prediction, so you can bet your channel points on. Come on, dude. On which of these you think describe me, and whether you think they're true or not for me. Sure. And so we'll do a prediction. You can bet channel points and potentially win channel points big time here. All right. Can I wait like 20 minutes? I mean, sure. That's fine with me. Just don't let me forget. I'm going to keep it out. You let me know when you're ready for it. Okay. You'll just have to explain to any folks that aren't able to be here, that were able to be here now. Oh, I see. We're back home. Okay, so this is our apartment at home. So are we... I think we're unpacking the things that we brought with us. Wow, that's powerful. I don't know what that is, but that's real powerful, whatever it is. Yeah, see, there's those two things in it already, and the rest is just kind of garbage that we can't see. So yeah, we're actually packing the bag that we're bringing home. Chapter 4. So does this game just turn it down packing because we liked unpacking? It is definitely very similar to the vibes of Unpacking. I think it's a little bit less game than Unpacking. But it's definitely more story than Unpacking. It's got the narrative elements of the thing, you know? Oh, I see. Do we have a sister? Oh, no, that was our dad. Well, this is us.
You liked
Dude, I love our
documenting
doofy dad.
holidays and sending pictures back home. We all dressed nicely, posed with our shoulders back.
Look at that meal.
If Dad tried pulling a face, you'd hit him gently and we'd start again.
I'm telling you, I love Dad. Get all the records. That's the one we're going to choose to listen to. I mean, truly an iconic record title. Who doesn't recognize that record, huh? Well, Dad types.
Of all my memories with Dad, listening to music on the front porch has to be my favorite. I think that's where I got my good taste in music. He even let me try a sip of beer when I was still a kid.
Dad.
Tell your mother, he'd say.
Oh, we're dancing. Dude, Doofy Dad is my favorite, man. Is he a stay-at-home dad, too? Nothing wrong with that. It's only beer. To a child. Definitely supposed to evoke the sense of a social faux pas. But I also think the trope of the child getting to try a beer with dad is pretty standard. It's a fun one to play with. Especially when dad is as cool as our dad is. Oh. I would like to go. I would like to go to there. Can I go to dinner? Enjoy some dinner? No? I would like to enjoy some dinner. Can I go to dinner? Why not me? Why can't I join? I want to be there too. I also want to be at dinner. Interesting. Do I need the other piece of the pot or something? Weird. Oh, okay. Wonder what's going on. Lurk off to the Cairo, be back in a bit. One of my earliest good memories of my dad is him giving me a tiny bit of chewing tobacco while we were dove hunting. Oh man. My grandfather chewed tobacco. And I am thankful to say I never tried it. Although that does sound like a very sweet memory. Huh. Oh, I see. But I do remember the smell. The smell of it is what my
You
Well,
pushed
the
me
memory
to get
evokes in
good
me.
grades because you knew I was smart. But in my mind, I never knew if I was performing up to your standards.
Oof. Gifted kid syndrome, huh? Ooh. It's gross. I never enjoyed it even as an adult, but yeah, it was like I was being let into his world a little. Absolutely get that.
I think that almost made it worse. I wanted a reaction. I wanted your explicit approval.
Dad.
was desperate for praise. If you didn't tell me you were proud, it meant there wasn't anything to celebrate.
Gifted Kid Syndrome. I have a song about that planned for this album. Really? Yeah. That's kind of what I'm getting at with, like, I think that this is an important step in game development, is because, like, the game developers of the 80s and 90s and even the 2000s are, like, either retiring or growing out of the system or are starting to become the employers, and the new, like, kids that are coming up that are entering into their, like, 20s and 30s are making games like this, and the indie game is becoming so popular that we're starting to deal with, like, millennial issues, and that's what's happening, right? It's like, this is a millennial game. This is a game for folks that are, like, at the latest, like, 26. But most of them are, like, entering into their 30s, if not getting very close to their 40s. That's who this game is for, and I love it. I'm here for it. Even though Mamacita looks much older than a millennial in her flashback scene, so maybe it's for Gen Xers, but I'm getting millennial vibe out of this hardcore. And I love that this is possible. I love that we care enough about indie games now that this is even a thing that we get to experience. Because I don't think that this has always been a story that's been able to be told. Age 26 is the youngest millennial. Yep. Lucky me, I got it right. That was a total shot in the dark. Oh yeah, the good memories, man. There's our dad. Look, you know who it's going to be.
I remember watching those big monster movies with him as a
Goofy
kid.
Dad. Look at him.
I was probably too young.
He's
but
an
Dad was
absolute
really
doofus.
into them. I think that's where my fear of moths came from.
I love Doofy Dad, man. Played it last night at the open mic, the new song. That's super fun, man. Still want to know what I need to do with that pot. Oh, the camera. Oh. Yeah, this is just unpacking. Oh. What is that called? I know Darumaka is the Pokemon, so what's the pun? What was that? A breakup song and a cover of
They brought this back for me after a work trip. You said I would fill one eye in now, set a goal, and fill in the other after I completed it. At the time, it made sense to focus on college.
Now the question is, what is the pun? Did I complete college? Because the other eye is not there, so should I fill it in? I want to fill it in. Looks like a dropout. Yeah, well, she definitely didn't fill out the other eye. Good old doofy dad.
Dad was pretty frugal. I guess it was a trait you both shared. He said he could build a playset instead of buying one.
Oof.
I was his helper. I think I did more damage than anything else, but I brought him lemonade, and that seemed to make up for it.
I can confirm as a dad that if my daughter brought me lemonade, that would make me feel much better about whatever I was working on. Oh, there I am. Blueprints, Dad? It's a playset. Dad, what are you doing? What are you doing, Dad? It's a playset, man. Aw, that's a great image. Oh, man. Now this game's going to make me cry. Now it's going to make me real happy. I need to go hug my girls. How do I make it progress? Oh, there it is. Man, she is a daredevil. Lemonade is a cure for many ills. Agreed. I mean, she is a daredevil. 10 feet tall, man. How do I progress? Stars, maybe? Ooh. It's pretty. Front door. Windows. It's like a really sad highlights magazine. It's like a depressing highlights looking for what thing am I sad about my past next. I wonder what the next thing is that makes me sad about how I grew up. It'll be this key. Oh, okay. I unlocked the clock. So I can wind it. Why is my dad playing me in chess? Dude, this dad is cracking me up. Are we arguing? Oh no, we're picking who's what color. And we got white, huh? Ooh. I'm not gonna collect those things. Those get to stay in the house, huh? Okay. Play that game every time my brain slows down. Have I collected all the things? That was the chipped pot. Oh, yes. I have fixed the teapot. Oh, I love it. Okay, so now I can actually see the past. Wow. Clever, dude. That looks
Dad
delicious.
always had us sit together whenever you weren't working late. It was a nice routine, something to look forward to.
Oh, man. Prayer. Making faith important again. I love it. So interesting, man. I keep wondering when and how faith is going to play into things. Thankfully, it's only been really mostly positive.
I liked it when everyone was around. We fell into our roles. You cooked, I set the table, Dad did the dishes.
Looks like she's reading the newspaper. Uh-oh.
Sometimes
Growing
you'd
up.
be away at work for days at a time. Dad and I managed. When the frozen dinners and takeout got old,
Dude, I love
started
Dad.
getting more adventurous in the kitchen.
You don't use newspaper to wash your dishes? Nope. Apparently not. Flan? Ah, look at her. She's like, Dad, look what I made. How'd I do? She's sweet, man. Hard to make. I have never even attempted it, but I have seen people. It's going viral right now on TikTok of people making it.
Eventually, I took over most
And
of
it
the
looks
kitchen
very
duties.
complex.
You didn't always have the time, and I was good at it when I wasn't making mistakes.
Oh, wow. Cool. Oh, what a cool way to do that. I want to go real slow. I want to experience every little moment. Oh, man. I don't know if you guys grew up in families that ate around the dinner table, but mine did not. And so this is kind of getting me. I broke it. Did I break it? Oh. It's okay. Wow. Such a cool way to track time. I love that. Was I supposed to stop somewhere? There we go. Almost home. Okay,
Dad was
trombone.
always there to help fix them.
Ah. And I vote Dad for best boy, dude. How's Bondo of the
We
year?
had plans to go to Japan before I went to college. I hadn't been back since I was a kid. I spent an entire summer there with my cousins. We caught beetles and watched fireworks and ate watermelon on the roof.
Oh, hey, just a little spark. What's up? How we doing? Let's see if I can get this to work.
Welcome in, just a little spark with a raid bleeder in. What's up, what's up, what's up? How we
Doing? Welcome in. I'll throw us over to chat for a quick second for the power of friendship. Welcome in. Welcome to Checkpoint Church, church for nerds, geeks, and gamers. We are really a church. I'm really a pastor. We're a church plant here on Twitch and Discord. Am I real loud? It is real loud. Is it? I did turn it off though. Yeah, we gotta go hard with that. What's up? What were y'all playing? What did you have going on? What was good over there? Welcome into the stream. We are a church that streams here on Twitch, but the real good stuff happens over in our Discord. And we're always having a real good time. So what were you guys up to today? What were you playing? We need to give a quick shout out. Doop-a-doop-a-doo. I don't know if any of our mods are currently available. Call of Duty Warzone, rock on. Well, this is about as far from that, about as Far Cry as we can get through from that. So I don't know how closely you guys follow the Game Awards, but my favorite category on the Game Awards is the Games for Impact. I always play all of the Games for Impact games that come out. And so any of the time that there's one that I haven't played through, I play through the ones that aren't currently on my backlog. So this one is called Hindsight. The gist of the game, it's a fairly short game. I think we're getting close to the end. But the gist of the game is that our parents have passed and we are now going back and cleaning out our childhood home and having memories and feels about how we grew up and what life was like growing up. It's a little emotional, a little sad, a little sweet, a little bittersweet. But it's so far been that we are in a cross-cultural family. So we are half Japanese. We haven't figured out what our dad is, but our mom was Japanese. She was a little bit stern. We did not have necessarily a good relationship with her, strained to say the least. And we're going through the memory here. The shtick of the game, it's a very much a cel-shaded style type game, but the shtick is that you travel through time by frames and objects that you're looking at. So like If you want to go back to your playground as a kid, you might use the playground frame, and it'll frame a time in history. You click on it and you go through time. So yeah, we're about an hour in, maybe hour and a half in. So I think we're getting fairly close to the end, if not the late game at least. But thank you for raiding. Thank you for being here. I'm happy that you're here. If you choose to hop out because you do not want to experience a sad game, I feel that. And I will say that we believe 3 things to be true about every single one of you, whether you leave now or whether you stick with us until 4 o'clock Eastern time when we wrap up today. We believe that God loves you no matter who you are, that we love you, that we want community with you, and that's why we're doing this streaming thing. That's why we're doing the community building thing over on Discord. It's why we're doing the Nerdy Sermons over on YouTube. Number 3, believe that you matter, that you are made of sacred stuff. The world is a better place. Why? Because you are in it. So if you choose to hop off, I understand. I get it. I know how raids work. But if you lurk, you're all good there. Or if any of the above, I just want to make sure that you know that all of Just a Little Sparks community knows that God loves you, we love you, and you do matter. So with that, we're gonna hop back over to the game. Well, first we're gonna do a gamba, but then we'll hop back over to the game. No, I love them. I'm gonna lurk because I gotta go get some stuff for a birthday. Well, happy birthday to whoever's birthday it is. We're gonna do a quick gamba. For those of you that have never done one of these, with us, we use the prediction feature here on Twitch, and we answer a do you know me game card based off of myself. So, do you know Nerd Pastor Nate? You can potentially win big channel points that you bet here. So, does Nerd Pastor Nate know CPR? I'll put a minute on the clock. The answers are always yes or no. You guys vote for which one you think it will be. Bet your channel points over there in that prediction category. And depending on if you're right, you could win big at the Gamba. So let's go ahead and get those Gamba points rolling in. I was going to turn on Spoofy, but this game does have very light music in the background. I feel like we probably won't play any Spoofy. No or certified? It said no. It said no. So we'll see. What do you guys think I am? All right, we got 10 seconds left. Get your channel points in if you want to vote. Potentially win big. It looks like we're leaning pretty heavily one direction. Putting it all on the line again. It said no, so I was going with even if certified has expired. All right, I think the prediction is ready. The results: 7% of the checkpoints say yes. 2 of you think yes. 93% of the checkpoints with 3.8K say no. The answer, I'm afraid. You can't see prediction? Oh, I'm sorry, Alice. I don't know why. Man, sometimes Twitch is so scuffed, dude. Does Nathan know CPR? I'm afraid I do. I do know CPR. I was certified and it has expired, as Trombone said. So yes, I do know. All right, back to the game. Boop-boo. There we go. So again, this is, yeah, I mean, come on, I'm a PK, right? I worked at the childcare. I was a PK, and so I worked at the childcare. Like everyone knows CPR. Staying alive, right? Okay. Not anymore, I guess.
It would be a break for everyone, especially you. A second to catch your breath and enjoy the moment. To rediscover what it meant to be carefree.
Which version, though? It changes every couple of years. Whenever I learned it, they had just stopped doing the breath and just did compressions. But whenever that was, I guess it would have been like 2012. This is interesting. Traveling through the fireworks. Whoa. Whoa, trippy dude. Whoa. How do I... Oh, there it is. Dad!
Everyone
This is our
was
dad. Our dad
excited,
is super
but I had
cool.
to
This
get
is our mom.
accepted
She is
first.
Japanese. We're half Japanese. Mom really has high expectations for us and is also very busy at work. Our dad likes music and let us drink a beer one time.
No one in the family ever had the chance to go to college, so
Ah.
this was big for us.
Well, I could apply to college, or I could eat this apple. And I think the apple sounds pretty nice. Yep, see, brain food. Now I can fill out applications. I don't even think people fill out paper applications to college anymore. Fun fact about me, I love the college aesthetic. The style of buildings, the scholarly architecture is really nice. Makes me very happy. I think we got accepted. What is Mom dealing with? Oh no.
Then everything stopped.
Please do not let Dad die. Y'all. No, 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 no. What happened? What happened? I need to know that Dad did not die. How do I progress? Let me progress! What's the deal, Mom? What's my paper? All I know is that Mom's the one answering the... Okay. Wait. That's a child again.
And suddenly I was 7 again.
Stop,
It was
dude.
the start of
No.
summer.
I need to know that
and
Dad
I
does
were
not die.
outside at night looking for ghosts.
Please.
He let me hold the flashlight in case he
This
got
whole chapter's
scared.
been about Dad. This whole chapter's been about
Maybe I
Dad.
would
No.
be a ghost hunter.
Alice, I think Dad
And
died.
then I was 16.
I think he might
He
have
drank
died.
beers on the front porch.
No.
The record player was loud enough for him to hear from out there.
No.
I sat and listened to him talk about the music. Sometimes we sat in silence and stared out at the sky.
Well, I know he was going to die eventually, but I didn't want him to die when we just got accepted to college. That's a big difference. Everybody dies, but I don't want him to die young, man. Ah! Oh, he was too cool. I should have known. I should have known they were going to pull my heartstrings, dude. Oh, Dad. Man.
The pain in my chest hurt.
I don't like
How
that.
could I feel so much and so little at the same time?
And I'm picking up my girls from school today, and I'm not well. Why today? Why today, huh? Why today?
We didn't know what to do.
We might
We
go get
handled it in different ways.
ice cream tonight. Me and my girls might go get ice cream.
Things went back to normal. Routines.
She just
started
got
up
accepted to
again.
college. It was the day she got accepted. Mom's still off to work, man. Gotta make ends meet. Oh, we're lashing out.
I was angry. I wondered why you looked okay.
Brutal. Brutal. I had a feeling whenever we were talking
I
so
didn't
much
know
about
what to
Dad.
make of you. You were so stoic in the wake of his death, and it confused me. Where was the pain? Why was I going through it alone?
Jeez Louise. That's like the same age that my parents got divorced too, for me. So it wasn't a literal death, but it was a very much a figurative one in the family. Criminy, dude. And we didn't graduate college because we didn't fill in the other eye, because we didn't go, because we were sad because our dad was dead. It hurts, man. Oh. The music and the beer. I can choose more than one? No. Yep. Yep. Hugging my kids extra hard tonight.
I still don't have it figured out. I'm stumbling through it, trying to understand. I know now that grief is constant and always changing.
I don't know how to tell you this, but there's a soul living in your tea there. Grief is the price we pay for love. Oh, that's beautiful. Anybody in the chat, do your parents still live in your childhood home? I always think that's super interesting because I will never experience that. Oh my, no, we probably, oh. My parents don't live in my childhood home, but my brother does live there. Oh, okay, so you still have at least the feel of it. Since 1991, I was a year and a half old when they moved there and they still live in that house. Man, that's amazing. I can't even imagine the feel. I can't even, like, I can't even imagine how it must be. What an incredible sensation. No! Oh, no. No, Dad. We need Dad and his beer and his music. Dad died when I was a teen, and my mom married another man and moved down with him, so we all had to move out. Well, I'm sorry if this game is evoking anything out of you, Alice. I hope that you're okay. Swamp of Sadness and the Never-Ending Story, yeah. Definitely a similar vibe, huh? Looking for a lifeline. Oh, this really is just a memoir blue, huh? Trombone, don't be cool over there as we're drowning in our grief. Don't be cool. Don't bring out the cool glasses over there with your horoscope. We're emotional over here. What do I do? My bubbles. My bubbles are running out. What do I do?
It was overwhelming. I was on autopilot, going through the motions.
I was curious and it wasn't good timing, okay?
At some point, I hit a wall. I didn't understand what it was at the time, but I couldn't move past it.
Did you end up hydrating earlier? I might have missed it, but I can hydrate.
I knew education was important to you and Dad, but my heart wasn't in it.
So we did try.
I was distracted, confused, angry. Not even a year went by before I dropped out.
You called it, Alice. Oh, and you got the Monka? Love it.
Time passed by while my body continued without me.
Oh, God, I knew that feeling.
I avoided your calls. I couldn't tell you I left school. It wasn't any of your business.
Oh.
The weight in my chest grew heavier. Every move was exhausting. When I try to remember this time in my life, it's like there's pieces missing, gaps where there shouldn't be.
Right around the raid, so you might have missed it. Got you. I do see it on the activity feed. I definitely just missed it. Yeah, underwater really is just such a good metaphor for just kind of trotting through life.
I found a dishwashing job a while after. I figured I needed something to do, something to focus my energy on. Anything
I'm
was
gonna fall
better
asleep
than
under this
nothing.
kotatsu, I swear. Well, especially with this music. This Zen music in the background.
To my surprise, I liked it. It felt good knowing my work helped the kitchen. One day I was asked to step on the line because we were short-staffed.
A lot of red onions. Did we become a world famous chef
It didn't
or something?
take long to realize I was good at it.
Oh man, and mom was the
Being in a
reason we started
completely
cooking.
new kitchen was freeing.
Ah!
I got to create my own identity,
Oh,
my
I
own
love
rules.
it.
Who was I, independent of you? Figuring out my place was equal parts exciting and confusing. A new challenge to be faced alone.
Oh man, we already get to choose? I don't even know what that is. What is that? What is that? I don't know what that is. I guess I'm going to choose the book. Got the achievement called Pulled Under. I mean, it looks like we're living in a high rise, so it must not be that bad. That's a bar towel. I took the book. Chapter 6.
I made so many good memories in this kitchen.
Cooking for Dad. Looks like a photo album or a book and a tea towel. Oh, I love that.
You taught me how to hold a knife so I wouldn't cut myself. You gave me confidence in the kitchen. It became muscle memory, like second nature, almost as easy as breathing. There I was, 6 years old again, trying my best to help you without getting in your way. My first day of jumping on the line, I knew this is what I wanted to do. I practiced at home, put what you taught me to use.
Man.
The confidence you instilled reminded me I wasn't bad at this.
This is the food they made
I
at that
would get
diner that
better
she got
fast.
a dishwashing job at? They plated at that diner? Ain't nobody plating at the diner. Oh no, I wanted to grab the yellow. No, no, no. I think that was what it was. Wasn't it? Where did the green go? I don't remember where the green went. All over it. I don't know. There we go. There we go. There we go. I missed it. I missed it, okay? I don't know what they did. I don't know what the other plates did. I don't know. I don't know. I wasn't paying attention. Oh, dear. I swear that's pretty much what they looked like. Okay. No, see, there's no green on those plates. I knew it. Well, they got a little extra green on that plate. I was trying to do like a over the top. I'm telling myself that canonically she got another job after the diner. Because there's no way that diner is plating that French cuisine they were making. What's in that orange? Tell me more about this orange.
Food was so fun when I was a kid. Finding new flavors and textures.
Food is so fun.
An adventure we took together.
I love that we're finally getting to see them be happy. To see what they actually did bond with, you know?
My excitement only grew as I got older. I began to explore the possibilities and found myself happy, wanting more. It felt good, finding that fire again. It was missing for a long time.
She loved nature as a child, remember? Oh man, she loved nature and she was taught to be diligent through the piano. Everything that she did, she used. She took the tools with her along the way, even if she didn't appreciate the tools at first. She took along with her what she learned. Oh. Those mushrooms have a very particular name, but I can't remember what it is. I want to get them. Can I get them? I want those mushrooms. I feel like these are the ones I need to get. Do I have to pull these plants? And I see them. Thank you. I had a guy at the last church that I served that was a mushroom hunter. Anytime I would ever be like riding with him to go do like random visits and visitation and stuff like that, he would just out of nowhere just be like, I gotta pull over. And he would pull off on the side of the road. And he would like see something from off the road and just know like this is my usual spot and I gotta look for them. They're gonna be here. I do not like mushrooms, but I do have bad respect for people that find their own in nature, man. Lurk, gotta go do some work. I hear that, Alice. Thanks for visiting with us today. Appreciate you. God loves you. We love you. You matter. I was like, are they gonna make me do it? Yes, they are. I don't know. How am I to know? Larry Butts. Mail. Larry mails. Larry mails things. I don't know if you've got the clip feature turned on for you, maybe 30. Is this supposed to be obvious? Similarly. Similar. Similar with an I or an A? I feel like similarly is an I. We don't have one. How do I do this? Will it tell me if it's correct? It like does this little... Oh, is there a clue? Hang on. Maybe there's a clue. Maybe I'm trying to solve things out of order. What's up, Pineapple Pope? How we doing? Welcome to stream. We're playing a game from the Games for Impact. Ooh. Called Hindsight. It's very sad. Clipped an Ace Attorney reference. It was the slow Larry that got me. I don't know what it could be, though. I still have no idea. Gotta be honest. There's gotta be a hint somewhere. I'm just not picking up on it.
I have this knowledge of our culture, of everything you taught me. What do I do with it all?
Riley is in there. Make a little matcha.
It's intimidating. Is this how you felt too, when you were teaching me? Were you worried about losing yourself? That no one would remember what your mother taught you?
Yes. Yes, that is a thought that parents have. Yes. Yes, it is. Some matcha tea. I didn't know there was going to be a hidden oven mitt in the back. Is that a little baby oven mitt? Is that her little oven mitt and then Mom's big oven mitt?
You were very particular about the process of cooking. There wasn't room for creativity. A recipe had to be followed. The gyoza had to be folded a certain way.
I mean, isn't a gyoza just an empanada by another name? Why does that make you sad? You can't deny that it looks like an empanada at least. Oh, I see. No, no, don't take me back to Dad. Don't take me back to Dad. I don't want to see Dad right now. No, don't take me back to Dad. So sad. No!
That mindset,
No! Why are we getting
need for
sadder?
perfection is what I retained. Keep a tidy workstation and kitchen, clean as you go.
Dad. He's so proud of us. He's so happy to see us working together.
When I
sorry.
got older, you
Oh,
started
I thought I was
working
holding the
more.
phone.
We spent less time cooking together, but I was determined to keep it up. Into my 20s, this drive for perfection became everything. It consumed me. It gave me a sense of control. After many late nights, being the last in the kitchen, that dedication took me to the top.
Am I yelling at someone? I'm going to tell myself that I'm yelling at someone in a kind, chefly way. Yes, chef. That this person only looks a little sad because somebody just told them that a gyoza is just an empanada. That's the only reason that person looks sad. Where's the lamb sauce? I know, right? Ooh, there's a lot here.
As I opened each cabinet, clearing out the contents, everything started to hit me. My hard work paid off.
Cheese is under the sauce.
I was the one
Where's the
giving
cheese?
orders,
It's under the
creating
sauce.
dishes, curating entire menus. I had control and creativity to do what I wanted. People started to notice. They came from everywhere. Critics started talking about us. The more we got noticed, the harder I worked.
Yeah, she definitely is not working at the diner anymore.
The rush was amazing. I was so busy. It left little time for you. Sometimes we'd grab lunch, but I wanted to. I thought that I needed to show you the result of all my hard work, to show you what I built for myself.
Best diner in the world, dude. And the cat's in the cradle and the silver spoon.
That led to finding the right place to open my own restaurant.
She did mention a
my
restaurant. I
own
didn't even put that
boss.
together. I forgot she mentioned the restaurant, and that's this scene. Oh, no, we're all the way back at the beginning. Achieve your dreams, achievement unlocked. Wow.
And then, a call.
How's it going?
None of it mattered anymore.
Wow, wow. Oh, I just got chills. I just got the chills. I just got it going down the spine. Oh. That darn phone. Why do phones have to exist? Oh. Wow. What do I keep? I think I keep I think I keep the knit. I think that no, cutting the carrots. Cutting the carrots was definitely the best part. I'm not going to try to pronounce that one because it's French. That achievement. It's all coming together. The ring. Oh man, are we gonna finish? It's 3:45. No! We gotta finish. We gotta finish. We can't get this close. Come on.
I'm not sure I'm ready to go through your things. It doesn't feel right, intruding on your space like this. You worked a lot. At one point, it seemed like your job took over the life you built. Your work followed you home and never left. It became part of our family dynamic, creeping into weekends or late nights after dinner.
Dad is gone. Dad is gone, and it hit me really hard. When Dad died, that was definitely the hardest part.
Sometimes I'd still be awake when she came home late at night. I'd hear the door open and shut.
And then as soon as she was
Quiet
so
footsteps
Dad died whenever we
past
got
my
our
bedroom.
college graduation letter, or our college acceptance letter. And Mom died whenever we were about to open our restaurant. Brutal.
What did you want out of it? The long hours,
Look at us
the
in the
hard
background
work
dancing.
away from home. What did it give you?
Family, man. I gave her you, dude. You and him.
Maybe it was the routine.
No.
Each day was different, but there were always elements that could be controlled,
That wasn't it.
especially at home. Even after Dad died, you stuck to this pattern.
How do I progress? Come on, we don't have time. We don't have time. We don't have time to not know how to progress. Oh, there I am.
We talked about going to Japan together. It had been a long time since we'd gone back. It'd be different this time. We'd create new memories as adults. I can't believe you actually bought plane tickets. But I was scared of leaving my work behind.
Why
Everything
were you
would fall
scared?
apart if I left. I tried to tell you, and you just nodded.
Oh, Mom. Oh, Mom.
Sometimes I'd forget holidays.
No.
It was late into the night before I'd call. If I called at all,
Call. Call. Mary? Mary? Call. call your mother, Mary. This song is, this is the Cat Stevens song that I was singing just a moment ago. Little boy blue and the man in the moon. When you coming up, whoa.
I can't do it.
Yes, you can.
The longer I'm here, the more I think about you.
You should think
The
about
what
it.
ifs, the things I can't change about us.
That would be all of the things.
I created an idea of the kind of person you were, but I never stopped to ask if that was you. Time didn't fail us. I did.
No, you didn't fail. You
I
didn't
need
fail.
to go.
Nobody failed. There's still time. There's always time to discover and to learn.
All at once, I saw my future laid out in front of me.
We've got to be near the end, right?
I'd
This
fly
feels very
back to
climactic.
open the restaurant. I'd achieve everything I hoped to accomplish. Years would pass, and I'd be there, night after night. I'd come home late one night and wonder how things could have been different. Nothing I've accomplished will matter in the end if I run away from the loss of you. It's not too late.
No, it's not. Come on. Where do I click? Where do I click? Oh, there it is. Oh, no. We didn't
Are
know.
these yours?
We didn't know. She was an artist. Oh.
How did I never know? What other parts of your life was I oblivious about? Who were you when I wasn't watching? When you were all alone? I wish I could have known you more as a person. It's hard to picture the leap you took to get here. One of the biggest decisions of your life. I bet it was exciting and terrifying. You set foot here and tried to find solid ground so I would have my footing when I ventured on my own.
Oh, no.
I didn't think you actually kept these.
Oh, she was so proud
Why
of
do
you.
we keep things from each other? The pride we felt, the love we held.
She was so proud of you.
I always thought you didn't care.
Her heart is aching, right?
You did.
Oh,
I
man.
couldn't see it at the time.
She tried to get back in time, but just couldn't make it.
It was hard on you when I left. I was too absorbed in myself to notice.
Necklace.
You used to wear this all the time. A gift from Dad, I think. You loved it. You wore it a lot, especially on business. You wanted me to have it after Dad died, but I didn't
The lesson
want
I'm
it.
getting here is talk to your family, yeah.
It was too soon. I didn't want anything that reminded me of him.
I'm gonna need it to not be like a picture of her or something. It's gonna be a picture of her.
It took a long time to understand
not
that it
me,
was
no.
your way of reaching out, of helping
the
me
beginning
keep
of the
a
game.
part of him.
Good old Dad.
It tore you apart too, but you managed to hide it under the surface.
I'm back. How's the game going? We're just all very emotional over here, Sneaky. We're all very emotional. It's gotten very real, very sad. Everything keeps looping back around on itself, and it's making me sad. Mom loved us. Mom was proud of us, Sneaky. Mom was so proud. I want to go hug my girls. And I gotta go get them, and I'm literally having to go late playing this game because of it. They're gonna think I'm not there for their piano recital. No!
You were trying
turned
to
the
be
corner.
strong. For both of us.
It's gotta be close to the end of the game, I keep telling myself. Is it already time to pick what we're gonna keep? Oh my gosh, how do I pick one? They're all three. The apron. It's gotta be the apron. Oh. Wow, dude.
It may be too late to make things right with you, but I need to finish this out. It's the least I can do.
What's in that locket, man? What we keep.
I've been running away from the things I can't control my entire life. Parts of my life feel like they've been frozen in time, waiting to be played over and over again in my mind. I'm still that little kid. The seagulls are still flying overhead. I can still taste the salt water in my mouth.
Whoa. telling myself this has got to be the last chapter.
I'm 13 again and upset you missed that night. You tried to explain yourself, but I wouldn't listen. I couldn't. I can still see myself on that bench. I felt everything and nothing all at once. I didn't know how to handle Dad being gone. I looked to you as my guide to grief, but you were stoic. It confused me, angered me, left a grudge. When I got news you were gone, it was like my body moved without me. I left the phone and went back to work, like nothing had changed.
Sounds like somebody was stuck.
I couldn't help but picture myself leaving. I wasn't ready to confront it.
The box looks pretty full. Box is full. All those little hurts and put them in a box. Accept them, embrace them, pack them up. Oh, we're back at the beginning of the game. Man, I love that roundabout. I love how they're doing that roundabout feel.
What does
just
life
really
look
nice.
like when we come to terms with the past?
Wow.
How do I make that work?
That was the box she was carrying at the beginning. Cool.
Maybe I'm not supposed to know.
Nice music. Yeah. Credits? No? One last thing. We went back home. Back to Japan. Or back to her home, at least. Alright.
I decided to use those tickets.
butterfly. Ain't no way. My game. We really do not have time, though.
I'm hoping to get to know you better. Who you were. Where you came from. When I go back home, I'll have these pieces of my past waiting for me. Reminders of the good and bad. But I'll also be carrying them with me, wherever I go, ingrained in my bones.
That's nice. Hindsight. All right, I've definitely got to go pick up my children, and I gotta go give them an extra big hug, and I gotta go tell them that I love them, tell them all the things. Excellent storytelling. I think the writing was probably my favorite part. The voice, hey, Reiko, good job. Did an excellent job. Kyle did an excellent job. Everybody did a great job on the game. Very good. I don't think it's quite good enough for me, at least, to call it the Games for Impact winner, but definitely deserved the nominee and is an excellent game. Good stuff. I enjoyed it. I would say probably a solid 7 out of 10 from me. I think that the actual like gameplay style, I didn't really play anything as much as just kind of click on frames. But so, you know, the gamification of it all is a little lacking. But the story was excellent. Got the feelings, got the emotes, got the stuff that it needed to get out of it. Did the job that a game needs to do to get that kind of cathartic feeling. It gave me the chills twice, and that's a pretty good experience. Nice and short, a nice, good, good quick 2-hour, 10-minute experience. Yeah, the writing is, I think, what really has me. I think the writing is probably what sells it. The gimmick didn't really pay off that much. The frame clicking didn't work quite as well as I was hoping it would, but there were definitely some very cool aspects. Of times that it worked really well and times that it worked okay. But all in all, a really good experience throughout. I had a lot of fun. I'll give it a thumbs up. Thumbs up. Deserves to be played. Glad that Annapurna pursued that one. Annapurna always gets the best games for Impact. The score really helped evoke a lot with a lot of the feeling stuff. We're going to go find somebody to raid. And then I got to go. Let's see. Oh, what is this? Hindsight. It looks like North Hill Live is live. A chill painting stream. That feels very appropriate after this stream. We're going to go to North Hill Live. That feels very, very appropriate. Folks, we are Checkpoint Church. We're really a church. I'm Nerd Pastor Nate. I'm really the pastor of this community. I believe 3 things to be true about every single one of you out there. Number 1, that God loves you. Oh, you're saying LTN. Oh, Save Point is live. Is that right? Oh, that's definitely who I should raid then. I didn't know they were live today. Tell them that I'm not able to hang out and that I apologize for not being able to hang out. But yeah, we're definitely going to raid Save Point. That's super cool. Man, but North Hill really makes a lot of sense. Hopefully Save Point will keep streaming because I think North Hill doing a painting stream makes a lot of sense. All right, go drop some You Matters in the chat. God loves you. We love you. You matter. Those are the 3 things that we absolutely believe to be 100% true about each and every one of you out there. Folks, thanks for hanging out with us. I've really got to go get my girls because the youngest one has got to have milk soon, and I need to make sure I feed my children. So tell North Hill Live they matter and that I'm not able to hang out, but I appreciate you all being here and look forward to seeing you tomorrow, 9 o'clock in the morning for our Nerdy Sermon Talk back on Wakanda Forever. Bye-bye. Where's the stream thing? Where'd it go?